Did you have any particularly fond memories with Kobe?
Kobe, most of the time I was with Kobe was when I was with Mike. I mean, right before my contract was up in Toronto. Could have went to. No, my contract was I went to visit L.A. and went out. I didn't go because of something. I ended up signing in Toronto because it was a 3-year deal. L.A. was like a 1-year deal. That was when they first started. You want to just win a ring, take less money. I thought can try to still get a ring in the East, but it didn't happen. And Kobe was a special type guy. He was like a MJ. Same type of mode, same type of the game similar one to the other, and just what happened was tragic.
And you met LeBron when he was 14, like 13, 14?
Yeah.
At what point? Because obviously you were following after you met him. At what point did you start to be like, okay, this is going to be something special?
I mean, you can tell. I mean, he was always big size. Just look. He looked older as a younger guy, and you can see he was defined. He was more detailed guy because he wanted to play with the big guys in Chicago, but they told him wait another year or so. But he grew up to be special, and you can and from high school to the pros, and and then come in and play. What he doing now in the NBA. I talk about it in my book. He just no other athlete like him.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously. I think he's the best player of my generation, and certainly one of the best. In your book, you said you had dinner with him. I want confirmation of the story. Basically, you had dinner with him in 2009, and he told you, and LeBron told you he was going to Miami then.
Yeah, I had dinner. So basically, that was the first 2 games of that season. So I was somewhere, and then he called me, and he said he's gonna be in Florida, Orlando first. Come down. I had dinner with him. We went out, had a good time. Steakhouse. He always show people a good time. And then the next night, they was playing. It was a back-to-back. It was in Miami. So he said, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm just chilling." He said, "Come on down." I said, "All right." And for that night, he said, "You know what? I'm thinking about going to Miami." I said, "Really?" I said, "Okay." So I drove down to Miami and called Pat and told him I needed a couple tickets for the game. So he left the tickets at halftime. He got his special suite you go to. Sitting there, and I was in there talking to him. That what's going on, Oak? Da. I said, "No, just chilling." So he said, "I said, you know what? I talked to somebody that said they might be coming here next year." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You might be playing against them tonight." He said, "Oh, okay." He left at that, and next thing you know, the next year he was in Miami. But I asked him about when I put the book in the story. When I put that story in the book, I asked him, was it okay? He said, "Yeah,
yeah."
They're my guys, so
that's cool. That's really cool. Oak had the scoop before everybody.
I know you could have. There's a totally separate story I wanted to bring up, which is we were talking about this before you got here.
Okay.
The Jeff McInnes story
Yeah.
you write about. Can you give a abbreviated version of that for the people listening and watching?
So Jeff McInnes, wow, it was crazy. It was I was in DC and I knew this young lady was in Charlotte, and she had told me about a restaurant, and I forgot the name. I called her. So, and I was talking to her about something. And this guy was just talking. Like, who the hell you know? I'm like, who was that? She said, it's just my friend. I said, tell me he's been real disrespectful. And you on the phone talking to something, what you talking to about what? I mean, what I'm talking, the person you talking to, you don't know, they don't know, he don't know what you're talking about. So one thing led to another one. I said, oh wow. I said, tell him, he's been real disrespectful. So I said, no, what? Just tell him what. I'll be down in about 4 or 5 hours. So in my book, I explained that. So I drove down from DC to Charlotte and But it's a story so crazy. So I found out who it was. So when the season started, I looked at the schedule, and when it came to Toronto, I was playing with Toronto, and then I went and they shoot around and I had some words with him, and in the book there's some more detail to it. I explained about and he went on to L.A. from there. It's crazy how it happened though.
But did you punch him or did you slap him?
I punched him. So I punched him. He tried to say I had a ring on, but I didn't.
It's a very good story.
Yes.
It's very like you have to stop reading it.
Well, from there it went to L.A. So then he put some words. What happened was Evan Genter with the coach. So he called the NBA. He turned me in. They fined me. I had to sit out a game. So I found out we was going to L.A. at the All-Star break. So I called a couple of my guys. We had dinner the night before, and I said, you know what? I guess a little static going on with the guy. I said, bring about 5 more of your guys. So like all together, 7. I bought 7 tickets behind the Clippers bench and sit them behind their bench. And next thing you know, first quarter, this guy play hurt and leave. So after the game, I'm walking out with Toronto, all the trainer, like, oh, these guys waiting on you. I said, about 6 or 7 guys? He's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell them I'll be out in about 20 minutes. So that happened. It was just a crazy story, but, you got to do what you got to do in life,
Do you know the exact amount of fights that you've been in NBA related?
I don't know. Probably I played 18 years, probably. What came in doing fights? So I said about 8 to 10, It wasn't because of stuff just happened, but I think that that's why, like 1 year, like after my 3rd year, probably like 5 or 6, but after that, it just quiet down because, it's just one of the things that people are like, okay, well, I'm not going to mess with Oak no more.
People knew.